Hello everyone, I am Taureor and welcome to the newest expansion to Stellaris, Utopia. Utopia introduced megastructures, and I'm going to show you all of them in this video. I have crafted this sandbox scenario using console commands, so that we don't have to, build the whole empire just to see the megastructures. So let's get going. I have also enabled instantaneous building so that we can get some new ones going without having to wait 10 years for them. But first, megastructures require ascension perks. Basically, there are 3 ascension perks that are required and 1 that is useful. Ascension perk slots are unlocked by completing tradition groups, and 1 by technology, I believe. You can also use those for technological, biological, or psionic ascension. But let's focus on the megastructures. The perks you will be interested in is Voidborn, a basic perk introducing habitats, which are basically artificial planets. Well, not really, but that's how they work. Master Builders, which increases the speed and decreases the cost of megastructures, and it does come in handy because megastructures cost and take a lot of time, and often you cannot build more than 1 at a time. Finally, we have the Circle of Life, which lets you build Ringworlds, which we know from the Fallen Empires that use them sometimes, and Galactic Wonders, which unlocks the rest: Sentry Arrays, Science Nexus, and Dyson Spheres. Let's have a look at all of them. So first, the most basic, the Orbital Habitat. How it looks depends on your ship type. This is the Terran ship type, so the habitat looks like this. An Orbital Habitat allows you to build... Oh, I haven't colonized this one yet, sorry. I'm going to go ahead and colonize it quickly, so I can show you what buildings it supports. Let's quickly colonize the habitat. And it supports some quite interesting buildings. And as for construction of a habitat itself, it requires an empty planet, like this one for example. We can construct a habitat. Oh, I can do it here because there's an anomaly. Let's say here. We can construct a habitat on a planet like this. It costs, this is the reduced cost because of the perks that I have. So typically it costs, 5,000 minerals. It's pretty expensive, you have to take that into account, and it also takes influence. And it takes a long time to construct. But Habitat only has 1 stage. You construct it and it's ready. As for Nexus and Array, Sphere and Ringworld, this construction is multi-stage, and each of those stages takes quite a long time. So, if we decide to build a habitat, I have instantaneous construction enabled, so when I unpause the game, it's going to be ready. And here it is. Right, I'm using console commands because otherwise it will take a very long time and quite a long video to show you how they are constructed. And basically I can fill the habitat with my colonists. Why am I not constructing a colony ship? I did tell you to colonize this one, didn't I? Didn't I do that? Go and colonize this. Okay, it's going. Let's go to normal speed. That's the habitat, and we're going to look into that a bit more later. Now, the next thing we can construct is the Science Nexus. Science Nexus is a unique improvement, a unique wonder, let's say. You can only have 1 in your empire. This is important because some of those are quite useful, and it would be nice to have more. For example, you can have many habitats, many Dyson Spheres, many Ringworlds, but only 1 Science Nexus and only 1 Sentry Array. So basically the Science Nexus is a very costly and time-consuming structure that provides a lot of science. When you have the ability to build it, first you need to construct the Science Nexus site. I have already done that so that we don't have to look for proper places in the video. And as you can see, this does nothing and it costs me money. It costs me energy maintenance. But those structures have multiple stages of improvements. If I spend all this time, which is by default I think 10 years to upgrade it, this is reduced because of the perks that I have, and all the money, that's what, 15,000 minerals, that is quite an expenditure. it will give me 15 of each type of resources of science. Let's click this and improve it. See? It will look like this. Also, the building itself is quite nice looking, but we won't have the opportunity to see it here because this will be finished instantaneously, because I'm using the console command to speed it up. Unpause. And here it is, the Science Nexus Hub. The Science Nexus Hub is the main bit of the Nexus. We've come a long way. As you can see, it has a spinny thing inside, and it looks pretty cool. This is basically a sphere that gives you 15 research of each type. That is quite good, isn't it? But if we spend more cash and another 10 years, or in this case less, we can double the bonus. So let's do that. As you can see, it will be expanded by quite a lot. Unpause, and here it comes. The Science Nexus research wings have been completed. Spinny thing still inside. This is basically like a great space research institute. Your scientists conduct all sort of research here, and you can see 30 of each type. That is quite huge. It can push you ahead years in science if you get it relatively early. And finally, we can complete the full Science Nexus for 50 of each research at the cost of 15 energy, which is very low for such a nice gain. So let's do that. As you can see, it will be expanded with those spear-like structures and 2 domes over here. Let's unpause. Here it is. Science Nexus has been completed. Big day in the history of our kind. And this is what it looks like. Pretty cool, isn't it? But more importantly, it gives you 50 of each research, and I believe this is quite worth it. And that's... but you can only be building one or upgrading one of them at a time, one of those megastructures, excluding habitats, they don't count. So you will have to choose wisely if you want the Nexus, the Dyson Spheres, the Ringworlds, or the Sentry Array. Let's move on to the next one. Let's move on to the Dyson Sphere. I have started constructing the Dyson Sphere in the Ulm system. We have a Dyson Sphere site already. It gives me nothing and it costs me money. And as you can see, it is even more expensive than the science thingy. Than the research... was it Research Nexus? But a full Dyson Sphere will give you 400 energy a month. Also, it will destroy... well, not destroy, but convert all planets in the system into ice, barren worlds. Also, what is important, a Dyson Sphere is built around a star, and the Science Nexus can be built on a planet, orbiting a planet. Basically, if you want a Dyson Sphere, you have to dedicate the whole system to it. So, let's get it going. Dyson Sphere frame. As you can see, this basic construction site will be expanded. Constructing the basic construction site also takes some time and resources. It will be expanded to surround the star with a frame on which we can construct the Dyson Sphere itself. And you can actually see all the stages of construction if you click on the construction ship, select megastructures, and just mouse over this. You can see how much it costs and how long it takes. And these are the costs before the discounts that I have because of the Ascension pack that I chose. As you can see, each stage of the Dyson Sphere takes 10 years. Ringworld, even longer. Sentry Array, that is a little bit faster, and Science Nexus is in between. Okay, and those are all numbers... oh, I think those are all numbers before the discounts from the perks. And the habitat, of course. So, let's get back to the Dyson Sphere. Now, when I unpause this, we'll see a frame around this red star. Normally that would take 10 years, but I have instant construction on. As you can see, the star will be completely surrounded by Space Polish solar panels. Yes, because I'm playing as Space Poland. And I do like the look of these quite a lot. A Dyson Sphere basically harnesses the power of a star. It's like, the star is surrounded by solar, well, they're not really solar panels, but you know what I mean. And all the energy goes into your electrical grid. That is amazingly powerful. And a Dyson Sphere is a theoretical construct that people actually considered in real life. We ran out of minerals. Let's get some more console commands for the purpose of this. Of course, I would never use that in a normal game because that takes all the fun out of it, but the purpose of this video is to show you the options. And to show you the options in the normal game, it would take many hours. Okay, so as you can see, we have built the site, we have built the frame, and we have gained nothing yet. We invested a lot of time and resources and didn't really get anything. But now the benefits begin. Partial Dyson Sphere. 10 years, 30,000 minerals. And those panels, so a part of the sphere, will be filled out when we unpause. Let's do that. Dyson Sphere panels installed. It is running at 25% capacity. Still hasn't transformed the worlds. And we are already getting 100 energy per month from this one structure. This is so much more than we could get from any mining stations, isn't it? Alright, let's expand it. Partial Dyson Sphere, more panels filled. We're going to cover half of the star. Here we are. 200 energy per month. Cover more. Each of those increases the energy production by 100 energy units monthly, which is huge. And finally, we're going to fill it up, close the sphere, and have all the energy of the star for ourselves, but we run out of minerals again. You can see how expensive those projects are, but in the long run, they do pay off. Okay, let's complete it. Full Dyson Sphere. It's gonna close. Dyson Sphere completed. Great victory for our science and engineering. Okay, as you can see, the worlds here have been transformed into frozen worlds because there is no solar energy radiating outwards towards them from the sphere. Well, not really none of it, but most is contained within the sphere, and it's producing 400 bloody energy per month. But constructing it would take 50 years in a normal game, and you still have to unlock it first. So that is quite an undertaking, but it can provide amazing benefits to your empire. Okay, so that was the Dyson Sphere. Let's move on to the Ringworld. I have prepared a Ringworld site in this system. You can only build those in systems that have no habitable planets, so keep that in mind. Ringworld's site. The Ringworld gives benefits a bit faster than the others. And we all know what a Ringworld is, right? Fallen empires use them. Basically artificial Gaia worlds that you can build around your stars. Ringworld frame. Let's get it going. Here we go. And this is built a little bit differently, because we now have the frames, right? We have the frame for a Ringworld, but we have no sections. So each of the ring sections is built separately. You don't just upgrade the whole Ringworld, you do it by sections. So for example, complete Ringworld section A, click, is going to build this part of the Ringworld. Here we go. And it is a 25 tile Gaia world, which is great. And the viability of the Ringworlds versus the Dyson Spheres and so on will be something you have to consider for yourself concerning the state of your empire and how densely packed everything is and so on. The Ringworld is not much different from Habitats. Habitats are quite cool. They are smaller than Ringworlds, but they're a much smaller undertaking as well, and you can build many. So I would probably focus on getting Dyson Spheres and the science thingy going, and construct habitats instead of Ringworlds, and when we run out of space for habitats, then maybe go for Ringworlds. But let's finish this one. Now, you see, I cannot start upgrading another part before this is finished, because you can only work on one megastructure excluding habitats at a time. Now that this is completed, we can continue. And we run out of minerals again. What a surprise. Ringworld Section B. Construct. The Ringworld is complete. Ringworld completed. First, yes. Space Polish species. Here we go, we have a Ringworld now. And as when it comes to Ringworlds, you can... Okay, this is a black hole. Let's pick another system, like this one. I can build a megastructure here, but I can only build a Ringworld or a Dyson Sphere. Because a Sentry Array, I have already started building a Sentry Array. We have built the Nexus, and the habitat can be built around a planet. So we can have multiple Ringworlds and multiple Dyson Spheres. But if I try to, for example, let's go to this system here. Where's the construction ship? I cannot build a Dyson Sphere here. I cannot build a Ringworld, because we cannot build stuff like this in a system with habitable planets. Also, if I remember correctly, the the Ringworld, yeah, the Ringworld consumes resources from other stuff in the system. So it basically destroys everything else to bring the resources here and build the Ringworld. You have to keep that in mind. And finally, we have the last megastructure, Sentry Array. Sentry Array is a very interesting tactical structure. You can do without it, but it offers tremendous advantages. It is a sensor site. It is an observatory. It extends your sensor range. Just look at this. This green dotted line is our sensor range. And when we build it, this is just the site. If we build the first bit, it is going to extend our sensor range quite a lot. And when we complete it, it will basically cover the whole galaxy. You'll see everything everywhere. So, let's build it. Sentry Hub is going to become such a structure. I'm going to get back and see it in a second, but first... Oh, wait a minute. And here it is. Sentry Hub assembled. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Now, let's go to the map. As you can see, on our sensor range... Oh, it hasn't really increased yet, has it? Because I have all the technology... And here it is. Here's the sensory range of this single station. We see everything in here. That's not much of a difference because we saw everything here anyway, because it's our territory. But see what happens if I upgrade it further. Okay, we get the spire. Looks like this. Has some solar panels to get some... Ooh, they move! Cool! Are these solar panels for energy, or are they panels for, like, antennas? I don't know, but let's just see what happens to our sensor range. Now we completed it. See? We see everything. But that is not the end, by any means. Next level will add some enhancements, more antennas. And see the sensor range. Boom. Updated. And finally the last level of construction, the Sentry Array itself. More sensors. Sentry Array complete. And we have encountered a lot of aliens because our Sentry Array saw them. And look at this sensor range. Wherever we build it, however big the map is, this structure gives you the view of the whole galaxy. I don't think I have to tell you what the tactical advantages of this are. So, here you have it, all the megastructures. But let's get back to our home system of Poland Central, with our home planet of Space Warsaw. And where's that colony ship? It is next to the habitat. Alright, let's make it colonize it quickly. So I'll show you the habitat itself. Are you colonizing? Okay, it's gonna take a short while. We have completed the colonization. Oh, we haven't yet. No, 10 months. It's gonna take a long time. Probably should have unpaused it while I was talking, shouldn't I? Didn't I have a colonized habitat somewhere? I think I did. I want to show you the buildings that you can get there, because some of them are quite interesting. Anyway, oh right, let's talk about the Ascension perks a bit more. I will probably make another video about traditions and the Ascension paths, but now you can probably see why the Master Builders perk is quite important. Not only does it save you a lot of money on building those megastructures, but it also increases the speed. And the speed is not only useful for this, for the fact that you'll get them faster. It is also very important because you can only be building one at a time. You can only be building one megastructure or upgrading one megastructure at any given time. So you will be limited not only by your resources, but also by this factor. And out of these, actually the megastructure build speed is the better one. You will be able to build them quicker, so you will be able to fit more in the span of the game. And I think their benefits are pretty obvious by now, aren't they? I'm not sure which is the best. I think the Ringworld is the least necessary, because you can probably fill most of this with habitats. On the other hand, the Ringworld is very cool. So that's that. I think I would probably start with the Nexus, the Science Nexus and the Sentry Array. But the array will depend highly on how competitive you want your game to be. Because this is very, very useful if you want to see your enemies' movements and all that. But it also becomes a tactical target. Your enemy will want to destroy your Sentry Array. Well, your enemy will also want to destroy your Dyson Sphere or take it from you. Still, this provides enormous strategic benefits. As for the Dyson Sphere, if you take into account the fact that you can sell resources, trade energy for minerals and vice versa, this basically produces 200 minerals per month, which is quite a lot if you need minerals, because of course you can sell energy for minerals and vice versa with traders. So Dyson Spheres boost your economy tremendously. The Sentry Array gives invaluable tactical information that will most likely be very, very helpful, especially in a multiplayer game. And finally, the Research Institute. I don't think I have to sell you on the benefits of having 50 of each research. That is a tremendous boost, even late game. So, yeah. Sometimes late game 400 energy can be nothing. I had games in which I had thousands of energy in minerals every month in income. But even in those games, the Sentry Array and the Science Nexus would have been very, very helpful.
Situation log updated. Building
Alright.
ruin.
Build and ruin. Well, whatever. I just want to see the habitat finished. Let's click through those. So, if I was playing a single-player game, I would probably start with the Science Nexus to boost my research, or with the Sentry Array. And then I'd probably follow it by a Dyson Sphere if I have the time. All the while building habitats everywhere. Because the Ringworld is basically a huge habitat. It works pretty much the same. So, Ringworld is cool, but hardly necessary. But it also shows your power and greatness and all that. Also, it lets you use an unused system. And we have completed the habitat, so let's have a look at it. Oh, saving game. Right, let's pause the game. Yeah, don't want to speak to you right now. Tuscany Habitat. As you can see, the habitat works basically like a planet. It has the habitat administration, and you can get some additional buildings here, but they are different. For example, it's not a normal mine because there are no minerals to mine in a habitat, but it instead mines asteroids. Agricultural zone, leisure district. There are more districts than buildings. Especially the solar power processor deserves attention because it is a very efficient energy producing structure. Basically, a few habitats can work like a Dyson Sphere. doesn't really make much sense if you can take into account all the, you know, all the energy equations and all that. But let's see. Let's say we build a solar power processor. We have instantaneous building on, and now it produces a lot of energy for me. And I'm a big fan of habitats. They let you expand your empire a lot without actually expanding your empire territorially. You can use all the planets that you have to the best of their potential. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it for megastructures. I am a big fan of the Sentry Array, and I'm a big fan of the Science Nexus, but all of them are pretty cool. And I love the look of the Dyson Sphere with the little rays of sunshine coming through. Isn't it just cool? Alright, thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.